Who controls the computer systems that decide if you get your tax refund, disaster relief, or Medicare benefits? Elon Musk. This month, President Trump made an announcement that could change the Gulf of Mexico's name to the Gulf of America. And, in a surprising twist, Republicans have switched from their usual political uniforms to cheerleader outfits for a big, beautiful canal instead. They're rallying behind this vision, shouting, "We're taking it back," and chanting cheers for Donald Trump and Elon Musk. It's a spectacle, really. Imagine a scenario where the kid in school, who always threw a tantrum whenever someone made fun of him, grew up to become president. Well, that's exactly what's happening right now. Trump's latest meltdown over the Lincoln Project's ads is giving us major playground drama vibes. But this time, the stakes are much higher than who gets to use the swings. Curious about how a grown man can act so immature. Let's break it down. But before we dive into this political drama, do me a quick favor. If you enjoy this content, consider giving this video a like and subscribing to the channel. Believe it or not, more than 92% of viewers haven't subscribed yet. It's free, and it only takes a second, but it means the world to us. So, have you? Subscribed? Great. Thank you so much for your support. Now, let's get back to the video. Have you ever wondered what happens when a bunch of Republicans decide they've had enough of Trump? Buckle up, because we're about to enter the wacky world of the Lincoln Project. These folks are like the political world's very own Avengers. But instead of fighting Thanos, they're taking on the Orange Menace himself. The White House sits more than just a building. It's more than 18 acres of land in Washington, D.C. It's the place where Americans look for leadership when the night is darkest and when the dawn breaks brightest. It's a commitment to the Republic and to the Constitution. However, today, under Joe Biden's leadership, unemployment stands at 98%. Debate prep seems laughable, and gasoline prices have soared. So, what about schools? His response? Let them eat bootstraps. Now, picture this. A group of frustrated Republicans sitting around a table, sipping their coffee, when suddenly they realize they can't stomach another day of Trump's antics. So, what do? They decide to fight fire with fire, or rather, fight tweets with memes. That's right, these policy wonks have traded in their briefcases for Photoshop. And they're having a field day. You might think Republicans against Trump. That's like cats teaming up with dogs. But these aren't your average GOP members. They're rebels. The ones who looked at Trump and said, "Nah, we're good." And instead of just complaining, they decided to do something about it. So, what's their grand plan? They're using Trump's own tactics against him with a twist. It's like they've taken a page out of his playbook, doodled all over it, and then used it to make him look like a fool. But here's the kicker. They're not just creating boring old political ads. No. These folks have cracked the code on how to make politics digestible for the TikTok generation. They're mixing political commentary with a side of memes. And, let me tell you, it's a recipe for success. Imagine their war room. It's like a bunch of campaign managers who decided, to cosplay as social media influencers. You've got former campaign managers debating the perfect GIF, speechwriters arguing over hashtags, and someone practicing their TikTok dance moves in the corner. It's chaos, but beautiful chaos. And don't let the memes fool you. These guys are strategic as heck. They know exactly how to get under Trump's skin, and they do it with surgical precision. Every ad they release is like a dart hitting Trump right where it hurts his ego. Take, for example, one of their ads that takes a jab at Joe Biden. It says, "Joe Biden says he cares about law and order, but why is he appearing on stage with a convicted felon?" It may not be about artificial intelligence, but it sure shows how the Lincoln Project is using the tools of the internet age to create waves. These ads are more than just flashy, they're impactful, and they're forcing Trump to react. Every time the Lincoln Project drops a new ad, you can almost hear the steam coming out of Trump's ears. It's like they've figured out the secret code to make his Twitter fingers twitch. 1 minute, Trump's trying to look presidential, emphasis on trying. The next minute, he's rage tweeting about rhino losers at 3 a.m. The more they post, the more his tweets get frantic. It's almost sad to watch. Why are these ads so different from your typical political snooze fests? The Lincoln Project has cracked the code on how to turn dry, boring political issues into shareable, laugh-out-loud content. They take the dull stuff that usually makes you want to nap and turn it into something you can't stop watching. It's like they figured out how to make Brussels sprouts taste like candy. You're learning about important issues, okay, but you're too busy laughing to realize it. Now picture this. It's 3 a.m. at the White House, and someone is furiously tapping away on their phone. Nope, it's not a teenager texting their crush. It's the President of the United States having a full-blown Twitter meltdown. And who's he tweeting about? The Lincoln Project? At 3 a.m. Trump's busy proving he has the emotional maturity of a toddler who can't have ice cream for breakfast. Despite this, Trump didn't make a single appeal to moderate, independent, or centrist voters, let alone the millions of Republicans who voted for other candidates like Nikki Haley or Ron DeSantis. Instead, Trump continues to attack and belittle his critics, showing how far he's strayed from traditional conservative values. His response isn't about defending the party of Lincoln, it's about defending himself. And that's a problem. Let's take a closer look at Trump's Twitter tirade, shall we? It's like watching a masterclass in how not to handle criticism. Trump begins with his usual bravado, thinking he'll crush the Lincoln Project folks with ease. But as the ads keep rolling out, his tweets get more and more frantic. It's like watching a cat trying to catch a laser pointer, musing at first, then kind of sad. One of Trump's favorite lines. These losers couldn't run a lemonade stand. Now, let's talk irony. This is coming from a guy who managed to bankrupt a casino. That's like failing at a business where people literally hand you money. It's almost impressive in a wow, I didn't know that was possible kind of way. But wait, there's more. With each tweet, Trump's language grows more defensive and frantic. He's like playing Twitter bingo with his favorite insults. Loser, check. Rhino, check. And of course, all caps, double check. It's got more exclamation points than a teenage girl's diary entry. And you know what's great about all of this? Every exclamation point and every capitalized word is basically free advertising for the Lincoln Project. It's like Trump has become their unpaid intern, frantically promoting their ads to his millions of followers. But the best part? Trump's Twitter tantrums are actually proving the Lincoln Project's point better than any ad ever could. Every tweet is a flashing neon sign, highlighting the thin-skinned, man-child nature of the man. It's political comedy gold. To put this into perspective, imagine other presidents reacting like this. Could you picture Obama tweeting about Fox News at 3 a.m.? Or George W. Bush ranting about Saturday Night Live sketches? Even Nixon kept his paranoia mostly off the airwaves. But Trump? He's turned presidential responses to criticism into a WWE SmackDown, complete with cheesy catchphrases and over-the-top performances. And the more Trump tweets, the more he confirms every critique the Lincoln Project throws at him. It's like he's determined to turn their political jabs into uppercuts. The real question is how much longer will he continue to react this way before it backfires?